Step one of reading people is permanently assuming and understanding and knowing that we are a product of our. If you're in a conversation just one-on-one with a person, within like 3 to 5 minutes, they're going to start revealing a lot of those things.
The next thing I want to talk about is, how do you read people? Are there any small cues, in behavior, small things that someone could do that would tell you way more about their personality, for instance? So let's say, just to give you an example, someone is being overly loud. It means they are seeking validation. They weren't heard at home. It can tell you so much more than what's on the surface.
Yeah. So that perfect question. So step one of reading people is permanently assuming and understanding and knowing that we are a product of our childhood, all of us. And it's typically we're a product of childhood suffering and childhood reward, and that equals our adult behavior. So if I just live from that perspective and I have conversations from that one perspective, that means what I'm seeing in an adult, and what we teach is these 6 social needs, not human needs like water and sex and all this kind of stuff. These social needs that we need. So the 6 human needs are significance, acceptance, and approval, intelligence, pity, and strength. So if you're in a conversation just one-on-one with a person, within like 3 to 5 minutes, they're going to start revealing a lot of those things, not just through their clothing. And you might see like super tight fitting shirts or like crazy outlandish things like adding to themselves. Like my hair is a way bright neon color or something. I've got some weird shirt on. So we know that person from 100 yards away. We know that person is significance driven. They need to feel significant, and that has to be reflected by other people. And you'll also hear them say how they manage lots of teams, how they mentor lots of people, how they're in charge of hundreds of people at the company they work for, how everybody kind of seeks them out for advice. Then we have the acceptance people. And the acceptance people typically use terms like we, us, our. They'll talk about groups and membership. They'll talk about being at a company and talking about like all the sales team there. Everybody goes out on Thursday nights. We had a great time. We all get along together. So they'll talk about teams and groups. And then we get into approval. And approval people are more likely to seek permission. So they're more likely to seek some kind of reassurance from you. They might say something like, I've got to give a speech on Thursday, but I just know I'm going to suck at it. I know everybody's going to hate it. Just so like you, Francesca, you'd be like, oh, no, you're going to do great. You did great last time, and everybody loves it when you speak on stage. You're great. And that would be more the approval. And then we have intelligence. You'll see people wearing the Harvard University T-shirt and sweatpants. All of these things that convey, or in a conversation, they'll say, I published a bunch of papers on that. You're going to hear them say, like, I remember when I was at X university, or I'm a professor of X, or I got my degree in X and as an expert in X, Y, and Z. You'll hear a lot of that. And pity, we think that pity really wants us to hear them complain. And pity is where we make a lot of mistakes. We hear people complaining about their life and traffic and all this, like our friends bitching about sitting in traffic for an hour or two. And our instinct is to say like, oh, it's not that bad. Like you put on a good audiobook or do something that benefits you during all this traffic. They don't want to hear that at all. They want us to understand how bad they've had it and what they've been through. So it's journey. Everybody wants us to comment and recognize their own hero's journey. That's basically what those needs are. And then the strength, we have people that are posturing, puffing up the chest, and we have all manner of behavior that we could do from this. And we all have one of these 6. And the moment that we learn the predominant needs that someone has, it's usually 2 of these 6. If I know it's a significance person, I automatically understand that their insecurity is feeling insignificant instantly. And this is 3 minutes. I know more about their deep insecurities than their friends and family in 3 minutes, just from listening to basic phrases. And this is the preschool level of this, and it's still more advanced than most programs out there.